What's going on, everybody? This is Gen716 back here again, and today we got to talk to you guys about the SEC championship game between LSU and Georgia. And this was a complete embarrassment of a football game. I got bored the entire time watching it. I almost fell asleep twice. I thought that this would be at least a competitive football game. I had LSU winning 31-21, but man, I mean, this wasn't even competitive. You know. LSU wins this game because of their offense and because of their defense. I mean, this was just a complete football game. Special teams wise, they were good. Offensively, they were really good. Defensively, they were really good. And this is why when people criticize, why Alabama isn't defensively, why we're not so focused on our defense, this is completely why. Because in this day and age, when you don't have an offense, you're not going to win a national championship. The era of defense wins championships, that shit is over. We are in an era now where you have to have an offense. Of course, you got to have a defense too. It's not like you have to it's not like you have to completely have no offense, but no, you have to have an offense in order to win a championship. And Georgia just didn't have an offense this year. And to be honest with you, I blame Kirby Smart and I blame the offensive coordinator. You can blame the offensive personnel too, because the receivers, they were horrible all year round when it came to adjusting to the football, making Jake Fromm's job a little bit more easier. Their route running separation was not good, and that's surprising because these are 4- and 5-star receivers. But then again, you also have to blame the coaching as well, because you have to coach these players to have the ability to adjust, when to adjust, and how to separate. And to be better route runners. But so that's on coaching. But Kirby Smart, I'm blaming Kirby Smart for this loss. You got to blame Kirby Smart for this loss because, once again, he just doesn't have the ability, or no, he doesn't. It's not that he doesn't have the ability, it's that he doesn't want to revolutionize the offense. It took LSU 10 years to figure out we have to revolutionize our offense if we're going to compete with Alabama. It took Alabama a loss to Johnny Manziel into Oklahoma to figure out we have to spread. We have to get into the spread. Otherwise, we're going to be left behind, and we're going to become just like LSU. Ohio State figured it out. Clemson figured it out. There's a lot of teams out there now that are figuring it out. You have to have an offense in order to win a national championship. And Georgia and Kirby Smart can't. He hasn't learned that lesson. And I know why. Because in 2017, y'all was this close to becoming national champions. 2018, y'all were this close to being in the college football playoffs and potentially competing for a national championship. You had the talent. You had a great senior class in 2017. You had all these 5- and 4-star players. But even then, you guys didn't want to. Even when Jim Chaney left, you had an opportunity to finally get an offensive coordinator and to evolutionize your offense, and you failed to do so. Instead, you decided to hire Cooley, and Justin Fields. He runs off. Because he can't get any playing time. No, it's not because he doesn't get the playing time. It's because your offense, the scheme doesn't fit Fields. You don't have and the coaching staff failed to develop Fields, and also because of that incident what happened on the baseball field. But now Justin Fields is looking like he's going to go to the college football playoffs, become a first-round pick next year, while Georgia is still they still have an elite defense, but no offense. They are entering the Mark Richt era. This is Mark Richt right here. This is why you got rid of Mark Richt despite all those 10-win seasons. Because you wanted to get to that next step. You wanted to get to that national championship level. You didn't just want to get there or win SEC championships. You wanted to win national championships. You guys have always had the talent to do it. But coaching is what has held you guys back for such a long time. This is why you got rid of Mark Richt, because at the end of the day, He failed to get it done. And he failed to make the necessary changes and adjustments to help his team get to that level. Kirby Smart is exactly doing the same thing. He's an excellent recruiter, just like Mark Richt. He's actually a better recruiter than Mark Richt. He's a better defensive genius than Mark Richt. I think he's a little bit of a better coach than Mark Richt, but when it comes to making the necessary adjustments and changes to help your program out, he is failing to do it. And running off Justin Fields because of Jake Fromm, this is your guy, Jacob Eason going to Washington, running him off because of Jake Fromm, and your love of the pro-style system, your love of running the football and getting those physical offensive linemen, your love of slow-tempo football and playing suffocating defense is why you guys got absolutely blown out the door by LSU. Your defense can't do all the work. Your defense can't do all the work. And look what happened. Blown out. Offensively, Jake Fromm inaccurate. The receivers couldn't adjust to the balls when those balls were there. They couldn't get separation. The offensive line was bullied by LSU's that you couldn't run the football. And I don't want to hear because of Dominique Blaylock or Lawrence Cager. Every team has to deal with adversity. LSU missed some players today. We missed players. We missed Dylan Moses and Josh McMillan and most of our defensive personnel. LeBron Ray, most of our important players. You didn't see us crying. We fought to the end against LSU. Florida lost personnel. Jabari Zuniga wasn't even healthy. They fought to the end. They competed. Auburn competed when they dealt with serious injuries. Texas dealt with serious injuries when they played LSU. So I don't want to hear that excuse. And I don't think I'm going to hear that excuse. I don't think I'm going to hear that. But if I do hear that excuse, well, I mean, hey, the result speaks for itself. So, I don't know. Whatever. But, yeah, Georgia fans, you guys got to be irate about this guy. You got to be irate. You got to expect better from Kirby Smart. You have got to expect better from Kirby Smart. And don't worry about all this. You guys are spoiled shit that Bama fans have got to deal with for years. We want to see our program be at the top. So when we don't see that happening, of course we're going to be mad. We're going to be disappointed. But from an objective standpoint, we're going to criticize our team whenever we play bad. So you guys need to do the exact same thing. You need to demand Kirby Smart to get a new offensive coordinator. You need to demand Kirby Smart to evolutionize that damn offense. Because you have too much damn talent on that football team to get blown out in the SEC championship game. You got too much damn talent to keep choking in these big moments and big games. You need to demand Kirby Smart to do better for your football program. Because otherwise, he will end up being like Mark Richt. All these seasons, for the next 10 years, he can have all these 10-win seasons or 11-win seasons, but he will never win the big dance. You need to demand better. You need Kirby Smart to make the necessary changes in order for your football team to get better. And Cooley being there is not going to help. Jake Fromm being your quarterback and with that crappy pro-style scheme that you guys are running, it's not going to help your football program out. No matter how many 5 stars you get, it's never going to get better unless you demand change. For LSU, congratulations. You guys absolutely deserve this win. You guys made the necessary adjustments and changes in order for your team to get better. You got Joe Brady for the New Orleans Saints. He evolutionized the offense. He made Joe Burrow possibly the best quarterback in SEC history, potentially the best quarterback. And at least this season, you made him into a Heisman Trophy quarterback. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to get NFL money. Jamar Chase might be the best receiver in college football. You made that entire LSU football team better. And I've always said, if LSU can find a way to have an offense, it's no longer going to be Alabama. It's no longer going to be that Alabama's going to dominate this series anymore. It will be a back and forth type of contest, kind of like how Auburn is for us. And it's looking like that. LSU, like I'm telling you, their national championship was us. It was us. And as soon as they won that game, you knew that LSU was going to win the SEC. Georgia was not going to win. Georgia struggled offensively against every single team they played against. There's a reason why they lost to South Carolina. That was no fluke. They lost because their offense couldn't get the job done. Defensively, it's not going to win you all these football games. You're going to need an offense, and LSU is a perfect example of what happens when you don't act selfish. LSU is a perfect example of when you finally evolutionize your offense, when you finally make the necessary changes in order for you to potentially contend for national championships. This is the result. And it's a shame that such a talented Georgia team will go home in Atlanta. By the way, 3 of the last 4 years in big championship games, they have lost in their backyard. This time they get smoked in their backyard. Atlanta's not that far away from Athens. Georgia fans, you guys need to demand better. LSU, congratulations once again for making it to the college ball playoffs. And at this point, take it home. Take it home for the SEC, man. Take it home for the SEC because we got a streak. I do not want Clemson to win it again. LSU, take it home for the SEC. And can't wait for next year when we play against you guys in Baton Rouge. But that's all I got. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also share the video. Helps out my channel a lot. But that's all I got for you guys today. This is Gent716. I'm going to check you guys later after the Big Ten Championship game and give you guys my thoughts and analysis about that. And I'm out. So, peace.